All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
Good morning and a happy race day, and welcome to this week's NASCAR Quick Hit here at SHIPIT Nation. I am Eric, also known as TheGame on Discord, and today we will be discussing the Coke 600 taking place at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. As always, please go ahead and hit that like button, and please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. It goes an incredibly long way in helping us with the YouTube algorithm. Let's see here. Before we break down the Coke 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway, I just wanted to mention that TV coverage shifts back to Fox this week. So Fox in the US and TSN5 in Canada, and Green Flag drops at 6 p.m. this evening. So on this joyous motorsports holiday, the Coke 600 ends it at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, let me see. Did I miss anything else before we start breaking down this is Coke 600? Yeah, no promo codes for us to promote this week. However, I did just want to generally promote SHIPIT Nation and our little community over in the NASCAR world at SHIPIT Nation. It's great. It's great. And it's now's the time to try it if you want to. 24 weekly to try us out. Otherwise, it's $29 a month for just MMA or NASCAR on other websites. So would you want to pay $30 a month for one sport on other DFS content websites, or $24 to try out all of the sports here at SHIPIT Nation, right? So give us a try, shipitnation.com. We cover everything. All right, let's go ahead and break down the Coke 600. Normally, I would shift to a blank version of our NASCAR Stone to do the video. However, I'm now just realizing I forgot to uncolor code the GPP, Dominator, and Cash plays. So I won't be showing off the blank version of the Stone, and instead we're going to go to straight podcast format and stick with this graphic. But let's see here. First up, for tonight's Coke 600, I would like to discuss practice. And it was actually quite the eventful practice. William Byron, who qualified second in the Coke 600, self-spun, spun all by his lonesome in practice. I believe he was in Group A, and did not get any damage to his car, did not hit the wall, did no damage at all, was only able to post a one-lap qualifying average, didn't get to do a 5, 10, 15, 20 lap average due to that self-spin. However, they put 4 fresh tires on it, and he went out and qualified second. So Willie B self-spinning in practice on Saturday does not scare me in the least. Someone else who spun in practice but did a little bit more damage was Christopher Buescher. Chris Buescher spun in practice but walloped the wall so hard that the team had to unload a backup car. Due to that, Chris Buescher did not get to attempt a qualifying run, and Buescher is starting 39th on Sunday. Starting 39th, top tier driver, 8,500 on DraftKings. Plus, he was pretty good in practice before he spun and wrecked his car. He will be donkey chalk on Sunday. Do we play donkey chalk? Well, we do sometimes. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I forget who we went overweight on the donkey chalk on. Maybe it was Chase Elliott. I forget. I'm not going to go over out of my way to go overweight on Chris Buescher today. Will he be in my player pool? Yes. Do I think you should go like 65% Chris Buescher? No, but that's my personal opinions. So Chris Buescher, backup car, did not attempt any qualifying on Sunday and is starting 39th, one position out from dead last. Dead last is JJ Yaley in the New York racing team. Please, for the love of God, fade JJ Yaley on Sunday. And then last, but certainly not least, and this really isn't even a practice thing, but something I did want to make sure I speak about. Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick and his 2311 racing team were busted making unapproved adjustments to the number 45 Toyota after the unapproved adjustments happened after they went through tech inspection, but I'm pretty sure before practice. So it was in between inspection and practice, and I believe it was like a big deal. His car chief was kicked out. I believe somebody else might have been kicked out of the weekend for Tyler Reddick. He will have to, while he's being scored from the 8th position at the beginning of the race, he will have to drop all the way to the rear, and he has to perform a pass-through penalty. So Reddick, who is always strong at Charlotte, will be starting the race dead last, at least one lap down. That should not scare you from playing him. It should make you think about if you want to include him in your player pool. But I will still be playing Tyler Reddick with full confidence on Sunday because this is the Coke 600 and this is NASCAR's longest race. In last year, 2023, there were 16 cautions to this race, and in 2022 there were 18 cautions to this race. Not to mention there are 4 stages to this race instead of the normal 3 stages, since it's NASCAR's longest race. All this tells me that Tyler Reddick should have plenty of time to make up that deficit he is placed under on Sunday. It's just going to take him a while to do it, and he has to pass a lot of cars. I'm willing to take that gamble. I probably won't be going overweight on him, but he will absolutely be in my player pool for Sunday. All right. I think that's everything I have for practice. Yes. All right. Now, for some drivers I would like to highlight. First up, our pole sitter, Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs, the baby of Joe Gibbs Racing, is still searching for his first NASCAR Cup victory. And what better place to do it than the Coke 600? You might be thinking, like why? Like, this is a long race. Like, obviously cars are going to be passing, etc. You're not wrong. However, 2 of the last 3 Coca-Cola 600s have been won by the pole sitter. And not to mention, what does the pole sitter get? The best spot on pit road. 600 miles, 400 laps. Ty Gibbs has been fast all week at Charlotte. He was plopped in the Xfinity car on Wednesday. He wasn't even supposed to be in it, and he put it on the pole and led a bunch of laps in the Xfinity race. He put it on the pole in the Cup Series race. He was fast to practice. He has the best pit stall. 2 of the last 3 winners of this race were pole sitters. He's 8,300. He's cheap. He's in Joe Gibbs equipment. He's in a fast Toyota. How can you not love Ty Gibbs on Sunday? I am all in on one Tyrone Gibbs on Sunday. Next up on my drivers I'd like to highlight is Brad Keselowski. Finally, Bad Brad made it into the victory circle 2 weeks ago at Kansas. And I think if you've been paying attention to the races this year, Brad and Chris Buescher have had some momentum these past few weeks. Now, Brad was not at all good in practice. I believe, looking at the sheet here, he was 14th in the single lap and 35th in the 5 lap. However, he did not post a 10, 20, 15 lap average, anything like that. He is starting 30th on Sunday, and he is 8,700 on DraftKings. The only reason why I'm not afraid to roll out Brad K, even though his qualifying and his practice isn't really stellar, is because he's a veteran. The Coke 600, as I've mentioned, is an incredibly long race, right? 400 laps at a mile and a half. The track, it transitions. It goes from daytime to nighttime. The track gets faster as the day goes on. Fords have seemed to gain speed as these tracks get cooler, which will be happening on Sunday, just based on the track going from day to night. Brad's practice speeds, qualifying speeds doesn't scare me at all. So I'll be rolling out Bad Brad on Sunday. And similar to that, similar to those same really like the veteran vibes here on Sunday is let's talk about Kyle Busch. Look, it's not exactly a secret that Richard Childress Racing has been dog water this year. Just absolute garbage. However, there's no better week for them turning it around than this week. They seem to be pretty decent at mile and a half racetracks, and Kyle was good in practice. 13th in the one lap, which is nothing to write home about. But he ranked 4th in the 5th and 10 lap averages. He is 8,000 on DraftKings, and it's not like Kyle Busch forgot how to drive a race car. I really like, besides like Ty Gibbs, I really prefer veterans this week, veteran NASCAR drivers this week over rookies, because the track does go through a lot of changes and it's a long race. So even though Kyle Busch has been trash, I'm going to roll him out on Sunday. And last, but certainly not least, my favorite value plays of the slate. And since I'm feeling so generous on this Motorsports Christmas, I'm going to give you two. And it's not really surprising who I'm going to pick here. I'm going to speak about Todd Gilliland, who's starting 35th, and Justin Haley, who's starting 22nd. Let's start with Gilly, because I don't have too much to speak about him. Gilly, 6,500 on DraftKings, 35th starting place. Look, he wasn't great at practice at all. 27th in the one lap speed, 15th in the 5, 28th in the 10, and 10th in the 15 lap. However, his front row motorsports teammate Michael McDowell was excellent. Not excellent in practice. He was also slow. However, he put it in a top 10 starting position, 9th, as opposed to Gilliland's 35th. So we know that front row motorsports cars have speeds, as McDowell put it on 9th place and Gilliland starts 35th. So I will absolutely take the 35th $6,500 upside of Todd Gilliland for sure. And my final value play is Justin Haley, 5,800 on DraftKings, starting 22nd. Truthfully, I wouldn't mind if he started a bit lower, because I like my value plays to start near the bottom, more towards the bottom if possible. But doesn't it feel like Justin Haley should be more than 5,800? He's been for Justin Haley and Rick Ware Racing, he's been pretty impressive this season. And his team, Rick Ware Racing, is in a technical alliance with Roush Fenway Racing. So if we have no qualms of playing Brad K or Chris Buescher, we really shouldn't feel any type of way of playing Justin Haley or even Kaz Grala for that matter. So Justin Haley has been quite impressive this year. Decent. I mean, for 5,800, he was 18th in the one lap and 19th in the 5 lap and didn't post any other practice averages. But for $5,800, I'll take the Justin Haley upside all day. So, do I have anything else here? I don't. That is everything. So, Oh, I do have one thing, and I can't believe it's taken me 15 minutes to mention this. Kyle Larson, the talk of motorsports today, is attempting to do the double. If you do not know what the double is, that is attempting to run the Indianapolis 500 and the Coca-Cola 600 in the same day. Um, Truthfully, Kyle Larson, I'm going to say, has top 10 upside in Indy and can absolutely win here at Charlotte on Sunday. And I believe he's like plus 500 to win as I'm speaking, which I think is the lowest odds right now on the sports books. Look, what's there to say about Kyle Larson? He's the best driver in motorsports, in my opinion. That's all of motorsports, in my opinion. Can he do 1,100 miles in one day? Sure. Can he finish top 10 in Indy, get in a plane, fly to Charlotte, and damn near or win the Coke 600? Absolutely. However, this might be a day where you go underweight or just go even with the field on Larson. Just because there's a lot going on for that man today. Plus, there is weather going on in Indianapolis and potentially weather in Charlotte. I don't think the concern for Charlotte is nearly as bad as it is in Indy. But if you do decide to play Kyle Larson, please, please, please keep an eye on his status throughout the day, because no one really knows what's going to happen. If the Indy 500 gets rained out, we all have to assume that Larson is going to make it to Charlotte with plenty of time and race in the Coke 600 without any issue. If the Indy 500 starts on time and then it gets rain delayed, then we have some problems, because no one knows what they're going to do if that situation would happen. And that scenario of the Indy 500 starting and then being rain delayed is very, very, very real today. That could happen. So if you do decide to play Kyle Larson, please, 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 please keep an eye on his status throughout the day. I would hate to see anybody waste some lineups because Larson couldn't make it to Charlotte in time or some nonsense happened. All right. So not that I think that scenario, like I think Larson will race Coke 600 regardless. Like I don't think that's going to happen. However, it is a very real possibility, and it's something everyone needs to be cognizant of. I myself will try to keep everybody alert of everything as the day goes on, but it's also a holiday weekend, so I won't be staring at my screen as much as I normally do on race Sundays. So now that is everything I have for today. So as always, thank you once again for hanging out with me. And also let's try to boost some engagement on these videos. Who do you think is going to win today's race? Let us know in the comments who you think is going to win today's race. I don't have any prizes or anything to give away, but maybe we will in the future. So let us know in the comments who you think is going to win today's race. Thank you for listening to me talk about my favorite day, Motorsports Christmas, the Coke 600. And as always, let's ship it.